Ladies and gentlemen, perhaps one of the most amazing documentation of failure was by a man. Yes, we are addressing failure. And as you can see, the cat just joined me on this podcast so that we can talk about this together. And so I was saying, welcome to the Albert Nation channel. And I was mentioning that perhaps one of the best documented attitudes of failure is by one Thomas Edison.
Thomas Edison gave us the electric light bulb and is remembered as one of the greatest inventors of all time.
Bulb using a carbon filament and also an electrical generating system.
Many of us could have said, I'm tired, I have failed, I quit, I give up, this thing doesn't work, let me do something else. And on average, that is what we all do. Somebody says, don't waste time. But what if we all took the Thomas Edison approach? Yes, I know life has to move on. There is no amount of time, resources to be wasted on something that does not work. But if that was Thomas Edison's attitude, could we have had the light bulb today? Well, so probably the answer lies in what exactly are you undertaking to do? You cannot waste time, yes, I agree, on something that does not work. But you have to be able to sit back and look and see, what exactly am I undertaking? Is it a business that is gobbling your resources? Is it an idea that is not smart and probably not well thought? Or is it an invention that is life-changing? So you need to be able to know how to categorize what you might presuppose to be failure. And today on this podcast, that is exactly what I want us to talk about. How many times do you think you have failed? And what's your attitude towards it? Do you learn lessons? Do you grow? Do you give up? Or do you battle to the point that your patience, your resilience, your learning, your constant innovation takes you to the next level and you get a light bulb moment that this is actually gonna work? Well, many people do not talk about the phases of failure. And today, my idea is to be able to say that the truth is we do fail. The truth is we goof, we make mistakes. Some, not once, not even twice, but even 10, 15 times. But if each step of failure is considered a temporary setback, leading to a great comeback, then you begin to build an attitude of growth, of sustenance, of innovativeness, and creativity to do the same thing better or other things way better. So that is what I need us to be able to look at. And on this channel, I will be delving on it. I have a feeling I have personally failed multiple times. I've done things and I've known I could have done something better. There are ways I could have changed. But what is most important is I have also seen people who come to talk about failure 5, 10, 15 years later after they have succeeded. And so the point is, how many more people do not talk about failure because they have not yet succeeded. You get it? Because failure is considered to be a negative thing. It is considered to be a situation whereby you either lacked information, you rushed into doing something without preparation, or simply you didn't understand the procedures or processes of undertaking what you wanted to do. Or maybe external forces, as we say, factors beyond your control, would still bring you down. But how much do we help other people learn from our own failures so that we can do better to improve and get to better opportunities in the next way? How many people show us the process of battling and navigating failure successfully? That is one topic that most people don't discuss. But it's easier for many people to come and tell you lessons they have learned only after now they have built success. And it's true. Nobody would be motivated by failure. Nobody wants to follow a person who is perceived to have failed. Because as they say, why listen to a failure? But trust me, those opportunities that came across when you failed are the steps that help you to build it up and fail better, fail sooner, and fail forward. So it's simply a change and a shift of mindset of how we navigate and handle failure. So who do you know? Please, on the comment section, let me know. Who do you know who is handling failure very well today? Not after they have succeeded and now they can look back and show you the way. No, people who are navigating it. I know there is tons and tons of people who are feeling like today they are good for nothing. They have tried 1, 2, 3 things. Nothing appears to be working. Is it a business? Is it an employment opportunity? Is it education? Is it an innovation, a startup? Whatever it is that you're doing, most of us do fail. Businesses do shut down. Good innovations do shut down because you had this concept, you had a perception of what you were hoping to do, and a number of years later, a number of trials, experiments, and procedures later, you are like, this is not working. And that's okay. That is what life is made of. So how then do you build a great attitude to be able to say that, guys, this has failed and I'm done. I want to take the next step. I want to try something else. I want to try it better. I want to improve in how I made a decision. I want to think better about the next undertaking, mobilize and marshal my resources, put a great team together, and work on this better. And this is what I am doing. So if many of us come out and talk about this process, and whether you fail again, or if at this time you do succeed, thumbs up, because that is the way to go. And so my idea is to be able to help all of us, including myself, to have a great attitude about failing so that we learn and glean from those same steps. Everything you do is about taking a step higher. As long as you're alive, as long as information is out there, and as long as other people have done it, remember, every person is their own unique entity. Haven't you heard of big startups that have raised billions of dollars yet failed? Haven't you heard of startups or innovators who have been rejected by venture capitalists many times yet went out there and hacked the deal. And that today, they themselves even giving people opportunities to learn. So what is my point? Never let anybody write you out of a great idea that you have. No matter how small, engage, iterate, research, learn, and if you believe in it, go ahead and make it happen. Many times we stop doing things for lack of resources because some so-called big person somewhere thinks it does not work. Yet you are two different people. Your level of entry and their level of advice are not at par. Listening is a great thing. Researching and learning from different people is an amazing thing to do. But trust me, so many times we let good ideas go because somebody else thought it's not a great idea. Yet it was your baby project, it was your pet project. You believe in it, and you can constantly keep on improving on that process until it works. And when it finally works, people rally around you. The stories are out there of WhatsApp. The stories are out there in Google. You know, people who were denied even employment and written out. And later, that same group comes and buys your initiative for billions of dollars. Why did that happen? And now that is what we are going to be talking about, and probably even looking at very specific examples of how people were rejected and they turned around and made their initiatives a great success. So my point for today's discussion as we begin was, do not quit because you feel or you perceive failure. Everybody fails. Many opportunities come for you to improve, to get better, and to do even greater. So, if I have failed, I'm alive. I'm having a chance to study more, to improve, to learn from that situation, and make them steps towards growth. So let's not be afraid to say, I have failed. Just go out there and say, guys, I have learned that whatever I was trying to do didn't work. The concept I had didn't go the direction I thought it would go. The resources I was hoping to mobilize didn't come as I was hoping to mobilize them. And so at this point, this is where my project is. And the status of things is that I'm not moving forward with this. I'm picking up on something else. And so what I'm picking up on, I want to improve on one area, two areas, three areas, or four areas. And if we continue to handle temporary setbacks like that, then we become better at what we are doing. So if you are out there battling to set up something, battling to start up an innovation, battling to come up with a great concept, even battling to just be a good farmer, a good artist, a good musician, trust me, do not only talk when things have gone south or when things have gone to the top. Take us through the process. Walk with us through your challenges. Walk with us through the lessons that you learn. Talk about the people who are helping you. And trust me, it's not always the fact that everybody in your life is there to make you get to the top. Sometimes, listen, go back, and try and fathom by yourself. Comprehend different things. You don't have to take every advice that comes your way. At one moment, you are the only person who is right. And if you believe in what you're doing, who knows? It may go either way. But whichever way that it goes, you remain the strong person in the mix. So thank you so much for listening to my first edition of just understanding, accepting, and taking failure positively, so that we can all agree that at some point in life, we have failed before, we are failing now, and we might still fail in the future. And so, looking at that opportunity, this is something that you would want to be able to deal with. And that is the point that I'm bringing out. So, thank you all so much. Let us pick it up again and see how to continuously improve in some of the things that we are doing. God bless you so much. Remember to subscribe, remember to share, and to comment about different things that have happened in your process of building a startup, getting a company, coming up with an innovation, a concept, or anything that you've been doing for that matter. Thank you.